Aner mala Kenyam ka nas dialtin kontin barwaini bakalin gwasame ka Nuer online TV channel. En wala bana rwach ka kwi kur ndana togre wish ka burebiey. Burebiey buma pin nasir angumu naka je alongo nono a kuumɛ kiir mayardit. Bana tin konin tok ka jen lare me bana kalinga gwa. Burebiey buma jen agwas kie cheng kan Nuer. Men kwala noge long a kiir mayardit bana jelen kie kur dana ci tokten bukona lingare ler kana mene. Bukona diale konin tok bana kaling katin kona lat korodian. Gorno jin beladiti bikeling agwa. Anda mandune chankwas nyagmale ya nong rwaine gwasame. Lera bana linge gore pelping ka gore lianko bran beteka shob loach mrong. Kadiktin konin tuo ka burebiey. Ano. Burebiey chan jangajen ojen chaje kef kuumɛ mela kuumɛ kiir mayardit ka kor gwan bar. Ene chan jelinga gwa ka duobo dan en tekeja. Ngai kone ka korune tengwan ngai kon kor konan tuok kam nuari kɛnɛ jang ta dana ci koro ci ka tuok ja mende kon lat gwas me jane Kenyam Burebiey buma may look small on the map, but it carries huge military and economic importance. De Burebiey de gujano kweye kashode. Duno Burebiey agwat medit ka kuumɛ kiir mayardit mede de ni de ka tetin ka de kan tungwande kan gejekten. Why is this place so important? Angumi boom ke Burebiey ke je longono abaja no kono bi kuumɛ kiir mayardit bedeten. It is because Burebiey site right at the border with Ethiopia. Wherever control Burebiey control a key supply route. Manake Burebiey onena. O Burebiey jen take a border dung Ethiopia. Ramuku control Burebiey ki te pinde. Ba George no jen ba kwakten kone la nunka role Ethiopia ba control ba. And gwan me la din la kene tetin. Gwan me jekan kwakten konde nunga ke Ethiopia. Ngai kon Baro River, ki sobat ki na river, jen na role Ethiopia neka gambella. Jen agwan me tektiaga no bedeni kiir mayardit bikan kone jeka ken jat andan labun la kene jel kaje menator bieliken. From here, soldiers can access good coming from Ethiopia. The Baro River, also known as part of Sobat or Na River system, flow through this region, making it possible to move fuel, food, and other supply quickly by boat. Ngay kone along. Kakoru jongwan. Chana jangaje no nueri. Tiken keling along Canadian continent role Ethiopia. Ngay kone Burebiey jen agwan mimo lat ketungwan ten. Midian trader ki Ethiopia. Pero ngay kone no nenen gwadmo kakorun tungwan for decade. Ethiopian trader and the Nuer community in Akobo have used Burebiey to bring goods from Ethiopia to South Sudan. This means the Burma is not just a military post and Dorme Mchalga Burebiey. It is also an economic lifeline. Burebiey roi kon ga kwide me jen gwada dan en la kwen la jana kaje. Mite mena ka Akobo antama. Akobo Ethiopia ke Akobo South Sudan gwada mo very easy lonko ba goods ba kan nan kaje. Kere year. Ngai kuumɛ kiir mayardit den wonene. And gwada makarwade a strategic town. The government knew this, which is why the SSPDF refused to leave even after peace agreement demand troop redeployment. Mugui kono gwada me men kap kaje je shit ken Nasir ngai kono no ken take a benefit jekaten. Jen menen yana no kwa deni kwa deploy ka Nasir, gwada mi obu ko tiaka border ko be take a dorm bu malabe. so na mokel mulu kon jokete kon de shaden lat korte kon e chitwok mechi nuer wai hami a community use force de calling no nuer wai hami ken jeremy kem ngane nuere kwa ko mobilize ken ko biken livestock hawk bi kwaken biken ga gang ke chur kene da ne kon la na la ken ok la ken kanang ken ken nuere bane la ken tigene ya ngie ke sha train te dongde korde keneter no ke kuumɛ. The Nuer Waihami, a community use force, was originally formed to protect families and livestock from cattle raider. They were not a professional army but a traditional self-defense group. Milin kona me, a shang naman yan kan go nyen kan ke kuumɛ kiir mayardit. De kon dil ngajen go ken chigane ya train tila de relaron ken ke din. No, they were never. A shang namono, when the civil war broke out, the White Army found themselves facing a new enemy. Heavily army government soldiers who stayed stationed in Nuer areas for years. You can kurma you can atter. Gwade dane ji kurme to walk 2013 dia je kona ngach. Kore je to walk, she Nasser che kana jako bigeteten. Sugar take Nasser town. SSPDF kidi ne SSPDF chuku churutin ka kor gwade dan e shamal chaja tan koron kin dangre duwel dich so ken kala jen tay dan sha agreement chay tangeje chukan chu pe kan gwado mona shi community jogono yende yen jen de ka withdrawal de kana lat lo de ka jen ke de ga ger ke National Unified Force ikem ya di cheje lok akira no chaka bu watch ka gorga je community no National Unified Force de nangre which kanasser ko de kan go let ke neutral do not charge look a kiir mayardit in Nasser town SSPDF South Sudan People Defense Force remain in place even after the 2015 peace agreement. The community asked for them to be withdrawn and replaced by National Unified Force, a neutral security unified form under the peace deal. But Kiir Mayardit, the president of South Sudan, Mr. Kiir, refused them. Instead, the government tried to disarm the Nuer Waihami. For the Nuer youth, disarmament meant losing the only protection they had against raider and against government attacks. Milingere me gwaz dan shaguru no de hoken de meken de kanang metin konin ku karu la ganga ke de ka wo titke dien so jikan la no wo ka luang dien ke power dan la kan hoken la kan kula ganga je gangan gad ken kaneti kontila Nuer bana nak shit kamen ti murlene te ber te ken te shalga te atini no de mediti de kul nang titke dien so gu Nuer je long no na me nakaneke so they can give in. So much it can me should disagreement should no ko shi Kiir Mayardit che logo no be de ne toto be no la National Army me sha request a community Nuer so should Kiir Mayardit chuano no jen be deal no ni ne de ni koken yana yanga je ne de ni ko ne area leka kati kwa late wuri shalka me Johnson lu kana kwangshorale. And then afterward, mechi butuok ngane cha kwany cha kang shora le cha kwany ala Ramadan ala governor ka penal. So we all have seen that. So mechi kana me ken wari janok. Reason dana chin wari no goje o ken gwal shemke gorga jen o ken de meken de ga bekap ka kan chikare ko sikana la no ngane ne dej and shall ke National Unified Force. But in the state chukalaro kana hali ku kana ngaji dite ka National Unified Force. So ti Kiir government chef forget no Nuer no ka gwar ke ngai kan ngwak ni ode kan la no man Nuer ko kin can support very wrong. So eno ba Nuer Waihami ba meken ba ka watch shokor shojanong. This triggered open fighting. Battle broke out in Nasser. Many SSPDF soldiers were killed, but the White Army also lost dozens of fighters. The garrison in Nasser was burned to ashes. Chikone na kore dane chitok. ka dak dordi ni SSPDF che dak liu meji kormeje tok ka ci deni wanti liu ka SSPDF ka je tagatan nuer waya mi batti ci liu bo re wuje dane ci koriya tok tin ka Nasser. At this point, Dr. Riek Machar, leader of the SPLM-IO, stepped in. He tried to calm the situation. He called on the Nuer army to stop fighting, warning them that escalation would only bring more bloodshed. But the Nuer army was not under his command. They were independent youth forces who made their own decision. So Mlin Koname, mechi Dr. Machar che ngaje no chikocha to Nasser kam deni ke jeni ke mayadi la deni SSPDF. Na sho Nuer army sho ko yodeka ko shaje pressure. Mechi ga yodeka ano yen pala kor yo kor shwa jeter ano pala wude me pala je nyok wude shale majuru ngwado ma cha keftere torbelte ni ngwan ano but kana no go ko en Nuer wayami jente mbor jeje mbor shikante tetka Riek Machar ran kuumɛ tege de mishal ke SPLM-IO de shi Nuer wayami edun community kanijen ke ngwani te la gang na dori te gang na wich in a state chikim yadi che gu jeno kene chi te pin Dr. Riek Machar de ko laro ne ken Nuer wayami sometimes they listen to Dr. Riek Machar. For example, when one of their general needed evacuation, they agreed to pause fighting. But even during that evacuation, clash broke out again at the airstrip, leading to the general death. What they done chukor meje toktin chukonen me chala no chi Dr. Machar che roi ke jechen bor so chukan kuri kana palikan jo telrek nanga je en general ko tige general chaje berka do bidan chala keja me chi gwad ben ko de jenang during evacuation me chi to gene ke airport chu togo no chu general chu neke chukan maju kana yot chu accident chu twog chu general chu ayu bar jene kula wona ko baga nak men ran UN choran UN choy mu ke bot choliu and this incident became a turning point. In Juba, President Kiir and the Jiëc Council of Elders accused Dr. Riek Machar of being behind the White Army attack. Dr. Riek Machar, of course, rejected the allegation, saying it was false. But the government did not listen. Instead, they arrested Dr. Riek Machar and some senior SPLM-IO officials. This move made the crisis worse and fueled more mistrust between the Nuer community and the central government. Mishir kana me menen economy mechi kor mechi talk. Ko shi cha din SSPDF cha ka joj ka cha kanak ne reconcile jechen bor jo Jiëc Council of Elders ken appoint de Kiir mayardit ka jikwardial jo ken Dr. Machar jo ken agwan eno Dr. Machar te ke tet kalia dana lia wurshal ga me jur ga je ite tetten ke jaram dana ku coordination ko jalalat ajena ko lar no ba ma jur ba denang churenal chubin lo ba banang ba evacuate but chire choto chukuri to ngwaz ma chama jur shayo nak chelo me chi Dr. Machar chelar no telele titin na mo you can Dr. Machar you can yen ka shen yan dang bakal ka pay dok ron kin dang raw jan dang raw de you can yen shu man wal mray kona kan Dr. Machar kana kolun jen ken SPLM-IO official senior official ka government and Dr. Machar cha kan dia cha ka yen kare ti jenatam and when more jo jang na ko we wonyam so mi chireke tuogo what happened when clash reached their peak in Nasser, the Army decided to tactically withdraw from the town. This was not a sign of weakness, it was a survival tactic. Kajodan shalat me kan ngaje no shi korche dit ju jechen bor shoro da wojre woj kan Nasser jugara ro na me shi weakness shi o kai chine kolon but o chi korche dal de wonyam. This was not a sign of weakness, it was a survival tactic. The South Sudan People Defense Force had begun using helicopter gunship to bomb civilian areas. Eyewitnesses say the government even dropped chemical substance on children and women, leaving them with burn and severe injuries. Entire homes were burned, villages destroyed, and thousands of innocent people forced to flee. Gwasi da ne ci kormi ci toktin ci kon ti diale kone ala da kum kirmi yaddi ci kon kenen. Me ci renyal ci bok ci je tok Nasser naka gadi ti naka naga men. Kona nen ne de kona shawang ka mach kum kirmi yadit. Gwada ci bok tin ke gunship. Bokan nuare ke chemical incendiary weapon maj micha de bongna mala yor ke pin ke bermil be area mo beja wan ke lu ci konen micha pen point wang ji ke ci kier ci micha mo ca jalat gwa sedan me ci kor me ci tuok kam SSPDF kan Nuer wayame me ci amajur ca janak yo to ko bi kir ma yadit be revenge be jalat ko ben Nuer bakanak tineri wan ci kenen me dane to chemical substance dane cha na cha buko je naka gat tiene naka men ci konde dial tete we all witnessed it no wan kan dorna nakana so tidiala tiga de chala da kuma kirmi yadit and gwasamo the Y Army decide to pull out to save civilian life but the scar of this attack remain deep in the Nuer community ngai kondiale me jege chala da kuma kirmi yadit taram de japarwich up to now so it remain there tika tijek along chicken kalat why Burba matter more than ever angu mikir mi yadit kebe Burba ga jam in the first place ko Burba chaja keb bana je linga mishit kana me chi Nuer waya mi shika jien re we can answer you can proceed you can uka jingmir chi rodian wo lokanode biga te kor ko shikur chaja le yar ke gan shimne la gala nak la poinken ngan jang la kana la pele gwar dana tin Nuer tigatin tende waya mitin biko gorim manenat nyem manenat so kukan gala nak lora bang kana jeling manana tuok gwata mene reason and dan men kwa dore shalke Burebiey kwa je gorke je kumi kirmi yadit why Burebiey matter more than ever for the government Burebiey was more than just a border village. It was their gateway to Ethiopia. By controlling Burebiey, the SSPDF could cut off the Y Army and opposition forces from resupplying across the border. It also gave the government a chance to monitor cross-border trade and movement along the Burba River. In short, losing Burebiey means losing a lifeline. That's why, for many years, the government refused to withdraw in Nasser, even though local communities and opposition leaders demanded it. Jolin kono magwasme and wobnate ke Burebiey and kume kirma yadi do bete ke Burebiey ken o ngai ken no na mi border gwan me je ka kwen je jeten so jikana gor no de ke jenten ana ko jen gwada dana na to kwende ten so gor kano de ken kwen la nun ka Ethiopia mala be ken de kon la Nuer de ken cut off lo charge de je ko chicken dori al konen wertin chicken ka chwat kan yal ka chicken ajoten. So this was one factor. Again, mneni anatama kume kirmu yadi chia guru na dara jian ka Burebiey ka chia guru and wadara jian re weekend nasir ko kukan Nuer kukan kala yong ka sian kan ke jek so mi chikana me riek midit ke chia magwa. Mo kon ka reporta painung magor kon bana ling wasme reporta sha no gwada me bana ling kelen reporta na shalat ka shang wal baro ka pai badak August 17 2025. Jala do nene SPLA will launch a strong offensive in Burebiey. After heavy fighting, they flush out the SSPDF completely. Today, Burebiey is officially under the control of SPLA soldiers. This is a report. Mishala and worship work. Burebiey. And Ocha Burebiey, Chaja Kev, a kuumɛ SPLA candidate continent Nuer Y Army. The victory is not only symbolic, it is strategic. The opposition now control the border crossing with Ethiopia, the trade route, and the Burba River access. For the SSPDF, it is a serious setback. For the opposition, it is a moral boost and proof that they can still challenge government position. Mlin kono magwaseme, obi angaje no en mun Burebiey do bada no kaje o jenteka kwakte jegeten. Jem neni no lokume no dare jenten. But ke report shalat pan shanga wal bakel ke shanga wal diech ano kapai badak ronkin daro jandangaro wi diech ja joje no Burebiey ja nyoko fall under Nuer Y Army ken SPLA ko joran shalat keja kontem Nuer Y Army by the way she kan ko goro no SPLA she kan goro no big ko bi kan ko ter do badan en chanke je kaje kuumɛ kirma yadit ano ko ngai kon di almana la roda ci kon man ci tuok re wiki ko tre chana jeling eno ci ken garisoni ki dor to shop karaoke dok ci gana kabatama ka they are on their way to ye town ko bi kana kaf so ci kuumɛ mala kuumɛ wudu shalga me kiir mayardit antama tere kuseda ki tere rika ko ci kan ngaje no ji ko tere ba ci kan rodien woje tama ka kiir so the reality de lin kon gatini o kiir mayardit che gorno jen be kuumɛ spela yu be je destroy ka be nuer be kan yogo muku ka destroy jen gwal mun naga gadtiene so this is bad malat ke kiir ci chuong ka che gwa so kuje mo mlin kon mo gwa da me katin kon tin chawren lat burebiey adop ki gwan mo gwa eno ka ki tret ka ki ka kwinya gata komno kwa ke Ethiopia ba ka nangre wi ka South Sudan na mite bo kan ba ka South Sudan ba ka nangre wi ka Ethiopia ka gambella so agwan mi chade gorno de japel akume kiir mayardit ajen neni no gorgan bukan border bukan kep kelio so mishit kaneme der gwa en wo de yen linga ta dan en charge non kaje so re we kan nasir shemen shaling ngode tene kan de ni as SPDF tin ban ngode gwasan be dewga janwo chebe tetir ka dian bane so ka bala kor mi direlong so jo me miling yana me gor jano de yelari ye ke de jano ye ka do dan sha non kaje ano anda mandu ni shan ko nyamale non roy no gwasame an wala shanka wal baro ka pay badak ron kin dangraw ide jan dangraw ide diech ba ya non ka tin ko na lat ka rodian mi jira mi mo mi jidit kan war online TV channel ko subscribe ko bilar tun wan ta ken link ni bikaling bane laba ja share bo laba ya ka playlist tin ko nan cha create bi store bi ya ka jek nying nend kontila siasin ki politician ka tung nend nat ka do badan en dong de yen historical background taran ci te politique je ci tere siasa ke je de yen ka ngaj bo kan war online TV so nuäär online TV ko information ko provide ko bi content di alten glat ko rodien awareness kele bu kon a LinkedIn ci kon le ne politique ngwas mi ke siasa but o de kon awareness de kon kan kon e kon shal nuäär no where are we heading as a community ajela kon a gor bana yela de ko tung nuäär ke ba kulta ko choblo ay mugwa jo me gor jeno de nyaal ke yekel ke jen ngwas mene ana mi jiram jidit ko subscribe kan nuäär online TV channel and biate kamal bye bye